After you've disconnected the coils, then you're going to want to move them out of the way. In our case, they were held in by these T35 bits. You may have some other bolts or screws that you need to loosen to get those out of the way. One tip here that we're going to show you is, and you should do this a lot of times because you don't want to drop stuff in the engine bay, is to use a magnet just like that to pull out the bolt once you're done loosening it. Then once you've loosened them all, you can move those coil packs out of the way. Now, in our case, and you may still need to do this as well, is to disconnect the wires from the plugs. Mercedes has this 17 millimeter crowfoot type tool that's really helpful to use. You could use also a spark plug wire wrench. The important thing is you don't want to use a set of vice grips or anything that's going to mess up those wires, especially if you want to use them again. So there, now the spark plug wire is removed. If you're replacing the spark plug wire, you're going to want to note the part number. In our case, there's two sets of part numbers depending upon where the spark plugs are located. So make sure you note that before you change the wires. Now you're going to want to clean the area around the socket. The reason for this is that before you remove the spark plug, you want to clean any dirt away, because once it's removed, there's going to be a hole leading into the cylinder. And you don't want any large dirt or debris falling into the cylinder, which could mar it or score it. Here we're using a little inflatable compressor, but you could also use compressed air or shop air to blow out or clean out that area around the spark plug. Now let's take a look at the tools that you're going to want to use to take the spark plug out. You've got a ratchet here, and then you're going to want a bunch of different types of extensions. Depending upon where the spark plugs are located on your car, it may not be easy to get to them. So here we've got a wobble extension. You also have different lengths of extensions that you can use. You can use adapters also as extensions. Sometimes they can add up to just the right length, not the length of a full extension, but just long enough to get you to where you need to be. And of course, when you're ratcheting in that space, you don't want your ratchet to hit any wires or any hoses or anything like that. So for that reason, it's great to have just a bunch of different extensions ready, depending upon each spark plug location. Now the spark plug socket. Generally, there's two different sizes of spark plug sockets. There's the larger and the smaller size, which is the 5/8. And you just want to check, of course, that you're getting the correct spark plug for your vehicle. In this case, we're using these Bosch spark plugs for our Mercedes E320. Look up for your manufacturer and make sure that it's the correct spark plug. We like to get these because they're pre-gapped. That means the distance between the piece of metal and the igniter is set at the right size for your car, and that's very important. We recommend identifying the spark plug socket size outside of the vehicle or away from the engine bay before you're trying to fish around for it. This way you can be sure you're getting a snug fit. So test the socket on one of those replacement spark plugs before you go reaching in for the old spark plug. We're using a 5/8 there. Now here's a really important thing. You don't want to use any power tools because it can strip the spark plug or the threads in the block. So we recommend using hand tools, and first thing is just to fish in the spark plug socket on the extension to make sure you've got a good connection, to feel that by hand. Sometimes with the ratchet on it, you can't quite be sure. Then you can get the ratchet connected, at which point then you can start cranking away and getting that spark plug loosened out of there. And be very careful, you don't want to force it out. Here's a look at what that looks like, where that socket is connecting to the spark plug. It's a pretty snug area, and you want to make sure it's aligned well and you're driving the torque in a way that's not going to, as we mentioned, gall the threads or twist on the spark plug head in a way that's, at an angle that could break it. So once you get it loose, then you can start ratcheting away and carefully do it by hand. You don't want to force this out. It's really important. Just take your time, do it right. Here we're speeding up the video just so you don't have to watch that, but be sure to take your time when you do it. Now, once you get to the very end and it's loosened, then you can reach in and take the spark plug out by hand. And we recommend putting your index finger at the end. Even though the spark plug socket has a rubber gasket that's supposed to hold it in place, over time they can get a little loose. So it helps just to hold it in hand so you don't drop it down into the engine bay. And there you go. That's where we're talking about where it holds it, but sometimes it doesn't hold it tight enough. So that's why we recommend putting your finger on there to hold it in place as you're pulling it out. Now, once you've got the old spark plug out, line it up to the new one, and it's really important that the new one is the same length so that it doesn't cause any conflict or any damage to the piston inside of the vehicle. Check that, and also check the gap as we described. That's going to set how big the spark is, and that's specific to each engine manufacturer, so you want to make sure it matches. All right, when you're putting the new spark plug in, we recommend using some dielectric grease on the spark plug connector. You do not want to put it on the igniter end where the gap is. You want to put it there where the wire connects, and get that coated nice and good with some dielectric grease, a little bit on the ceramic there as well. That also helps when you put the plug wires on. So dielectric grease, as we mentioned, and before you put the new spark plug in, it can help to clean out the socket. That can help it grip the new spark plug a little bit better. Insert that in, hold it as we mentioned with your finger, and here's a look at the hole. That's the spark plug hole where you want to get it into. So be careful when you're putting it in. Don't try and jam it in there. Take your time until you find it. It may not be clearly visible. You may be reaching from up top, and if need be, use a camera like we did, and you can get a closer look at what that looks like. All right, as we mentioned, you're going to fish that in there carefully, holding on to it, as we mentioned, with your finger there, and carefully feed it into that area. And, sometimes it happens that you drop it. We've dropped that. We've dropped bolts. Don't worry about it. Once you get it into the right location, carefully screw it in and tighten it carefully. Don't force it. Another way you can gall the threads, and this is in the block, which is a very difficult repair, is by tightening too much. If you sense any resistance, take it out, clean the socket, and then try again. After you've started it by hand, always start them by hand, then you can use the ratchet to carefully tighten it. Same thing, if you sense any resistance, back off, clean out the socket, clean the spark plug threads, and then go again. Once you feel that it's flush, the spark plug is flush, then you're going to do 1/4 turn. And that's for spark plugs that have the little metal gasket the first time you're installing them. If you're installing it again, just putting the same spark plug back in, or one with a conical shape, you want to do 1/16 of a turn. But for new replacement spark plugs with a gasket, the metal gasket, 1/4 turn. Okay, also put some dielectric grease on the spark plug wires. That's going to help insulate and prevent any corrosion from developing, basically keeping that spark nice and, well, sparkly there coming off of the spark plug in your engine. All right, we're coming near to the end here. After you've tightened, got the spark plug in, you're going to reattach the spark plug wires. As you do this, you want to reconnect them firmly. Sometimes the little end piece doesn't quite bite or clip onto that connector at the end, and you want to apply enough pressure, not downward force, but pushing in so that it makes a good connection until you feel it pop in that nice secure feeling once it connects there to the spark plug on the end of the connector there. And there we go. That did it. So those are the steps, and you're going to repeat that for each one. We recommend going one spark plug at a time to make it easier and to keep track which ones you've replaced.